Let me think to myself for a minute. I'm going to need you to get out of my head for a minute because it's already hard enough to think reasonably, but now my heart keeps getting ahead of me. I admit it. I don't act like myself. I feel like I'm stuck in the skin of someone else. I trip up and choke up, bottle things up and shove them up on a shelf. Start feeling down. My head starts spinning around, and then I see you, and I'm lifted off the ground. My heart starts beating so hard, I'm surprised you're not deafened by the sound. So just stop. I need my space. I feel like a fucking basket case because I need you, and I hate you, and I love you, and I don't even know you. It's the touch. That familiar rush. I'm reminded why I've always been in relationships, because I hate having a crush. Is that what this is? Is it more? Is it less? Before you judge me on that, let me confess that I was brought up to believe that every woman on earth only needs one thing. A man. Not a career or a dream for a plan, but marriage. To someone who will support her and provide. But my soul is telling me that's a lie. Because I want to work. I want to see the world, and I want to accomplish my goals as a human being and not just a girl. And while I do believe in social equality, don't for a second misunderstand me. I know there are chemical differences balanced in our brains. I know all bodies are not made the same, but I also know you don't have to leave this life in the same way that you came. Like how I was born with a head full of hair, but there was a time that I was bald. And I look back while people stared. People gawked and people glared, but my friends asked me why I even cared, but it's because I had lost that sense of security. I had become dependent on that identity. It was hard to still feel sexy, to feel like beauty could still define me. And then I realized my upbringing had been compromised, and I found that beauty lived inside me. I will not let appearance hide me. Feminine or not, ugly or hot, I think, therefore I am. If you disagree, I don't give a damn. I am a woman, but you can call me whoa, man. Because I too am made of flesh and bone. And I too try to do what I can, and at the end of some days, I cry tears. And I shit. I may be physically fragile, but I can take an emotional hit. And then there's you. And all those sweet, clever, funny, and frustrating things that you do. All gender aside, I find myself wondering, does this person like me too? Is this really something, or am I a fool for overthinking this thing through? I want to know, but it is so hard to take it slow. Especially when there's no place I really want it to go. So why the precautions? Why the fear? Why not just live in the moment and appreciate what's here? I am what I am, and you are what you are. I want that to be easy, but I have a habit of taking things too far. When we're apart, that's when all these worries start. But when we touch, dear God, I love it so much. It's like all that ice I've buried in my heart inside starts to melt. I'm moved by feelings I'm not sure I've ever felt. All the heartbreak, every mistake, the broken promises, the disappointments, the exploited weaknesses, everything just falls away. I don't know how else I can say it. I'm floating in bliss, warmed in and out by your kiss. Nothing matters and I'm free. I want to collide with you and I'm not even afraid you'll hurt me. Right or wrong, bring it on. That's how I feel. But it's also new. I'm not sure any of it's real. Look, I thought I asked you to let me think for myself for a minute. I'm really going to need you to get out of my head for a minute because, like I said, it is already hard enough to think reasonably, and still my heart just keeps getting ahead of me. What is this pressure from every direction and dimension, enticing emotional and sexual tension? Oh, I think I just figured it out. Yes, this is, without a doubt, one hell of a heavenly rush. I understand now. why they call it a crush.